Welcome to Fried on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Fried, and this is Fried on Business.
All right, we're here with a special edition of Fried on Business. It's our University of Florida Trends and Strategies Conference pregame show. We got the little Gator man. Well, he's back there. Little Gator man watching today. Got my Florida Gator basketball hat on. I think this is even better because this one is after they won the first, but not the second basketball championship. Got my Billy Donovan mini basketball, fully executed by, of course, Billy Donovan. And then we have the Billy Donovan of the University of Florida Center for Real Estate Studies on today. We've got Tim Becker on. We're going to talk about that Trends and Strategies Conference. Make sure you're going. We'll talk about why you should. I want to remind everybody this is episode 809 of Fried on Business. I want to welcome you to the show. We're streaming on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. You can follow me at Fried on Business or at Jim Fried. And again, I want to mention that our guest today is Dr. Tim Becker, who runs program. I want to remind everybody, Warren Henry Automotive, our tie-in with Warren Henry today is that Warren Henry's got a store up in Gainesville. Up in Gainesville, they sell Audis. I'll go out of line, out of order. Up in Gainesville, they sell Audis. They've got a great family-run business. They're terrific. They treat my friends and I like family, my family like family. It's terrific. So you're going to want to go up to Warren Henry. They support the Gators up in Gainesville. And now our guest, Dr. Tim Becker, Mr. Becker, Dr. Becker, PhD Tim Becker.
Jim, thank you for having me on. I feel like I should get my contract renegotiated to Billy Donovan standards.
Well, we will name at least a doorway at the center after you, but you have to retire first. So I hope that's not coming anytime soon.
I don't think so.
Now, I want to start off by mentioning the event. I want to talk a little bit about the Trends and Strategies Conference, and I want to discuss why people should go. And it's not just for people that went to UF.
Absolutely. We feel like it's the best real estate conference in the state. It's next Thursday and Friday, March 6th and 7th at the Signia by Hilton Bonnet Creek in Orlando, Florida. We have a great lineup of speakers, so you can get great content. But as you know, I think the best part about the conference is the amazing people who go to it and the network that you'll get by going and talking to those folks.
Yeah, it's people don't realize, I guess maybe they do, how widely respected the program is. The program is ranked number one in real estate in the country. Is that true, Tim?
It's the number one MSRE program in the country. That's correct.
And the kids are really smart. They just beat the pants off of all the Ivy Leaguers in New York, right?
They did. We had a great team of 5 students who won the NYU real estate finance case competition in the fall.
I get calls from all over the country looking to hire those students too. I'm going to be interviewing a few of them when I come up. Gosh, I can't believe it's 10 days away, Tim. I can't wait to see everybody.
It's moving quickly, as it always does.
I can't believe it. It's going to be great. We stay at that fancy hotel. I drive up there. I try to stay in the right-hand lane going under 72 miles an hour. All the people, when they see me coming from UF, they just get out of the way. So, Tim, what are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about this year at the program?
Yeah, so we're talking about senior housing with Deb Cafaro with Ventus. We're talking about the workplace and going back to the office with JP Morgan. We're talking about the future of housing with the executive chairman of D.R. Horton. We're talking about the redevelopment of downtown Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Jaguars president, Mark Lampling, and all what they're doing with the stadium and around the stadium. We're talking about how future generations are going to impact our business and the use of real estate in the future. And technology, of course, is always hot, particularly with AI and what it's going to do or has done with real estate. And data centers, AI, same thing. We're going to talk about data centers and hopefully get some insights into whether it's overhyped or whether it's really the future or not. And we're going to finish off with Publix. Who doesn't like talking about Publix and Publix real estate and what they're doing for?
I love Woody Rayburn. He's one of my favorite people of all time.
Absolutely. So I think it's a great lineup of speakers. I think we're going to learn a lot. And again, the people who attend this conference are the who's who in real estate in Florida. And so I think it's a great place to be and a great place to be seen.
Yeah, I'm really excited. My favorite part is meeting with the students, and I have my favorite line. They're always clustered together, fearful of meeting new people, talking to each other fully inside their comfort zones. And I always ask them, don't you know each other? They always say yes. And I said, then why are you talking?
So, Jim, every year, I say the same thing every year. I give them a warning. We have a little pre-session with the students before going to the conference, and I say, first thing I'm going to do is stand up in front of everybody and ask you to stand up so that you can be recognized. And it's going to look really bad for you if you're all sitting at the same table.
100%. 100%. And then they sit at the same table as I do, like you think 5 of them, and I give them the business. And if they still sit there, then I still talk to them. And then I'll never forget, Emmett Smith was speaking one year, and he was standing on the side of the conference waiting to go up there. And only one person went up to say hello and got their selfie with him. He refused to give selfies to most other people, but one person went up there and got a selfie. We know who that was.
Of course.
But he also gave a speech, and the speech is exactly what I told them, which is believe in yourselves and never give up.
That's right. That's right. Well, you're a good example of that, Jim. So if they would just follow in your path, they'd have a great career.
Thanks. I am going to be talking right after we're done with the show with one of my favorite UF grads. We're going to be talking about condo and apartment development here. I'm helping him put together a deal. We're at the point where everybody gets to want a transaction, where everybody screams that other person's crazy, throws down their pens, and leaves the room with their hair on fire, only to come back and hopefully finalize the deal after they make a compromise on the one last thing that everybody thinks the other guy's insane about. Tim, tell us a little bit about the young people that are in the program this year. Where do they come from, and what makes them different than students at other programs?
Well, look, a lot of our program now is these fantastic undergrad students who are transitioning right into a master's program. If you've read anything about the University of Florida, you know that we're getting the best students anywhere coming to the university. So they're extremely intelligent. They all have internships in real estate that give them a little bit of knowledge, and they're a pretty humble group. I'll use this analogy from the NYU competition because it stuck to me. One of the judges, after they got done presenting, said, "You all look like you actually like each other." And I think that's telling of the group of students that we have here. They care about each other. They work well in teams. They're incredibly smart, and really they're coming from all over, from all different backgrounds. So it's a pretty amazing group, and I hope everybody who comes to the conference gets a chance to talk to them.
You know, I was thumbing through the book, and I was seeing one was an Olympian for, I think it was England. Another person worked in Germany. And I remember there's been a real evolution. And we're talking about that on the show next week, about evolutions and how things evolve. And I remember early on, the program seemed to be going for people with high test scores, but maybe not the most social people. Some of them were from overseas. And, then there were people that had to have X amount of work experience, and that created an incredible opportunity cost for the people that attended the program, made it, a doubly expensive situation. I really, wasn't really aware of how strong and sharp the students were until I had my own intern who was interviewing. I'm going to get a job on Wall Street this summer. These young people are they seem a lot more advanced than I was. When I was their age, I was still working at a summer camp. These kids have 2 or 3 years at some of the top real estate companies in the state and in the country, actually.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think, the parents have given them opportunities. I think that the way we raise our kids now, what it takes to get into places like the University of Florida, they have to do a lot of outside work other than their schoolwork. And so they have more opportunities for them to interact and network with people. So their people skills tend to be really good. It's just It's the evolution, as you say. It's the evolution of how we've raised our kids as well. They have a lot more opportunities. Not many of them have worked a job at a restaurant or any customer-facing job because they've had the opportunity to go away for summers and have all these wonderful experiences. So we're thankful that we get this incredible group of talented young people that we get to choose from and hopefully get them moving in the right direction.
It's actually being really serious for a minute, Tim. It's a really big responsibility for you, Dr. Ling, and the rest of the staff. I want to thank, of course, Nikki Wagner for putting it all together and for your placement folks for helping them find jobs. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the bottom line, our last word with Dr. Tim Becker, Executive Director at the UF Bergstrom for Real Estate Studies. And, of course, I always want to thank Kelly Bergstrom for setting it all up. Mr. Mendoza, your time to rock. All right, I want to thank our sponsors. You know, the show we've been on for a long time. This is episode 809. We've been on quite a long time. I want to thank our sponsors and our supporters at Warren Henry Automotive. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry is not just a slogan. It's really the way they do business. They've got their store at 151st and Biscayne, Land Rover, Range Rover, Lincoln, Infiniti, Jaguar. They've got their store up in Gainesville, where I always go when I'm up in Gainesville, where they sell Audis. Great team up there. I really, really, truly love the people up at their Gainesville store. Beautiful cars also. Down in the Keys, they've got their store that sells all the great nameplates. And, of course, in South Dade, they've got their award-winning Land Rover Range Rover store. And in West Broward, they've got another Land Rover and Range Rover store. All the things that they have in common, the most important is that all the cars are great cars, all the people are great people. They want to make sure you get the Warren Henry Advantage, which is a package of great things, including loaner car. If you have to get your car serviced, a whole bunch of other great things that come with it. They'll make sure you're getting the best price, the best service. I want to remind everybody that this is my favorite part, actually. My mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian, lots and lots of my clients and friends, many of whom are Gators, go to Warren Henry, buy their cars there, and have great things to say about them. Woo! My wife would say that means it's definitely the truth. So remember, always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry. I want to remind everybody that families from across the globe reach out to me and work with me because I help them implement their business plans. A lot of times I help them design their business plans. It's really a blessing that I've been able to earn one day, one job, 1 minute, one deal at a time. So if I can help you raise capital, find a new opportunity, create a new capital structure that works for you, solve a problem that maybe only my gray hair, where is it? Well, it's on both sides. My gray hair can help you with. I've been to the movie. Give me a call. Remember, when you call me, it's always all about you.
Welcome back to Fried on Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Fried or at Fried on Business, and on Instagram at Jim Fried1. Now, back to your host, Jim Fried.
We're on with Tim Becker, Dr. Tim Becker, my friend for quite some time now. Tim runs the program up at the Center for Bergstrom Studies. I got my fancy Gator pen here to write my notes on today. I want to thank Tim for giving me the pen.
It's a good pen.
Yeah, it's Berks. I love this pen. It's really good in my pocket too.
That's right.
I couldn't decide which hat to wear. I've got like a bazillion of them. This one, to honor the Gators and their fancy team that they've got this year. But I do want to say one thing that really resonated with me. You know, the Gators, when you watch TV, The basketball team this year, they always say how it seems like the kids really enjoy playing with each other. They really enjoy being with each other. And that's something you also mentioned about the young people that you work with every day in the program, Tim. I really think that it's important to get that teamwork and camaraderie going, and it's something that I really enjoyed. One of the people that I went to school with is going to be at the conference today, coming up in a few days, and I'm looking forward to see him. Tim, what's the bottom line that you think is, about the program and about the conference that we've got coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if you want to get those nuggets of information that's going to help your business in the future, and if you want to meet great people, including great young people who might be the future of our business, you need to be at our conference next Thursday and Friday, Orlando. Be there, and I guarantee it'll be worth your while.
It is. I'm inside the program. I'm inside the board of directors and all that other stuff. And, for me, it's second nature. But when I go out with some of the most important people at big conferences like CREFC and Alice, they come up to me and they go ICSC or whatever they call it, RealCon. They go to me, Jim, how do we hire one of those young people from the University of Florida? And I'm kind of sort of astounded. First of all, the fact that they can't just Google it and figure it out for themselves. But secondly, because the reputation that we've been able to earn over all these years. I'm looking to meeting a few of them. We had talked about that prior to the going on air, because I've got one of the big New York investment banking firms really seeking out our students, asking me for my opinion. And the one thing that they're really looking for is that they get students from the Ivy League and everything else, but they're really looking to hire students from our program, because our program has a reputation for not only having great technical abilities, but as you alluded to, with why one of the reasons why they were chosen at the NYU conference as winners is because they've got personalities too. And that's really the one thing you can't teach.
That's exactly right. And we know this business is a personal business, and having those personal skills, I think, is critically important.
Well, Tim, I want to thank you for joining us today. I want to thank you for wearing a shirt that rivals me. I had to go change and put on a fancy tie just to, attempt to match you. I can't wait to see you, Nathan Collier, the rest of my friends up there. I want to thank Nathan for his support of the program as well. And people like John Crossman and Steve Cohn and David Ratner. I could go on and on and on about all the Don Ginsburg. I could keep going, Todd Jones, but I'll have to stop right there because I don't have another half hour to do the show. I want to remind everybody, if they missed today's episode, they can check it out on our replay at any of the social feeds, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, or Instagram, or of course on our website, Fried on Business. Our handles on those different platforms is at Jim Fried and at Fried on Business. Or, of course, you can head over to the at Jim Fried YouTube page. I love saying that. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your audio. You can check out all of our past episodes as well. I want to thank Warren Henry, and this is the part where I plug you all the time anyway. And I want to thank also our sponsors since the day we started, the Center for Real Estate Studies, the Bergstrom Center. I want to thank Kelly Bergstrom especially for giving me my start in real estate. And I'm looking to go into that conference and helping somebody else get their start in real estate too. I want to remind everybody, this is the bottom line of it all. The person wants to do something, finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Now go out there and make it happen. God bless you. God bless the University of Florida. And God bless the United States of America. Stick with us, Tim. We're going to talk in the green room. Mr. Mendoza, the rest of the show, that's your part.